What it really is, for the most part, is research. Trying to find the factual elements of a script or a whole piece, the historical background, references that are not necessarily familiar to the actors, situations that are not the norm, where the author or the playwright might have been coming from and why they chose a certain set of words or an element of a script. So it's a really integral piece of the process in having that background and helping the actors and their characterizations come to life. What I've tried to do, again, is keep it historically accurate. So we've done a lot of research in the costumes, in the armor, the shields, the fact that the round table was made up, again, it varies which story you read, of how many 100 men, 20, 30, but those knights would have come from different areas. They came to Camelot. They weren't from Camelot. So you would have Welsh, you would have Celtic, you would have, the German influence, you would have the French influence, different regions of the UK. They came from all over. So in accents and styles of their heraldry, all of that we're trying to stay accurate to, but provide that reality as part of that. The romance is definitely probably the most intricate problem or concept of the show, because you have Arthur, Guinevere, and Lancelot, and then you have that triangle, that love triangle that occurs, and trying to keep that, again, accurate yet understandable to an audience so that you understand how and why they fall in love and how those bonds and ties keep them together and why. And it's interesting because, I mean, it certainly is good or bad. It's in the news now. You've had enough of those, why does that woman stay with that husband? And, there's definitely, it brings it to current day. So it's been going on for a long time. We're staying very close to the book, and both the book of the musical and the book it was based on, which, as I said, most of that is more based in the 15th century. So stylistically, in the costumes and the armor and the weaponry, all of those elements are more based in the 15th century, but there are touches of the past going, like I said, all the way back to the 5th century. I don't think it's anything that will confuse the audience, but there's an element of what we're familiar with and is more understandable than even we discussed, like the dialects of where they all came from. We have a dialect coach that will be working with the actors, and they would not speak proper British the way they do now, but coming up with the colloquialisms and the different styles and dialects, having that touch of the dialect, yet making sure that the audience can understand what they're saying.